So I'll go ahead and explain who these teams are. Everybody should be pretty familiar with Dignitas. That's Turbo Pulsar, Violent Panda, and Yukio. For those of you who have not been paying attention to the off-season, K-Dop has, of course, left Dignitas to join Vitality, and Yukio has left the formerly Flipside Tactics team to join
good time for
Dignitas.
RL content, and you're one of the biggest reasons. Cheers.
So yeah, that's Dignitas. I think most of you guys will be aware of that. And then we've also got FC Barcelona. That is the official Barcelona football team. Have picked up formerly Savage as their Rocket League team. So Devo, Bluey, and Alpha 54, who just qualified from RLRS into RLCS, have been picked up by FC Barcelona. And if I'm not mistaken, Devo and Bluey are living in Barcelona and in a team house, so that's pretty cool. I don't think Alpha is in the same team house, and I don't know if he's got plans to go out there, but he's got school at the moment, if I'm not mistaken. So these two teams matched up in DreamHack Leipzig, winners. Well, it was just actually straight up semi-finals, because there is only a single elimination bracket in DreamHack Leipzig final day, no double elim. So they matched up in winners semis, and it went to game 7 overtime, and then Yukio clutched it. I believe it was overtime, wasn't it? It wasn't just a 1-goal win, but it was a very close series, and Dignitas had the clutch at the end. You'll notice, I believe, in this match, I didn't yet have a chance to watch the entire match start to finish, but Turbo Pulsar, I think, plays the DeLorean for the whole thing. So this is quite... Yeah, this is quite a bold move, I would say, by Turbo. There he goes into the air with the DeLorean. The one, of course, advantage that the DeLorean has over all other cars in Rocket League is that when you get a flip reset, the wheels turn back down. When you're flying, the wheels turn flat, and then they go back again when you get the flip reset. So small advantage there. You've got a visual cue that you did, in fact, land it. Not that big of an advantage, though, because most players are pretty good at knowing when they get one. At least the flip, players who are good enough to be trying flip resets in the first place. So the first time that these two teams played, Savage went really aggressively at Dignitas. That's their play style. They just want to be in attack as much as possible. But the thing that impressed me most about not just their first series against Dignitas, but pretty much every series they played in DreamHack Leipzig, is that they rarely sent their last man back into a double commit situation. They're pretty good at leaving that person back, whoever it may be, and funnily enough, it was Devo a lot of the time, which is rare, because when Devo was making a name for himself, it was mostly with offensive backboard play and offensive aerial play. But now, I think he's actually most impressive with his defensive control, and that's allowed Alpha and Bluey a lot more freedom to do what they want to do. So far in game 1, not much going on. Both teams just trying not to get dunked on, which is a big deal in 3v3. You don't want to get dunked on, ever. So you're not going to see much dribbling when these players are on the ball. There's, a lot of bounce dribbling and a lot of, hard clears. But you won't see much ball carrying in Rocket League 3v3 these days at the highest level, because getting dunked on is just so bad that you want to just avoid that at all costs. I spotted there something that Yummy Cheese Man told me about. That's, of course, the OCE caster Yummy Cheese Man. We spotted an NA clear from FC Barcelona. This isn't something I came up with. This is just the OCE comms. And what they do is they call booming clear that just goes one end of the field to the other without touching the ceiling. That's an EU clear. An NA clear is when it hits the ceiling and falls short of where it's supposed to be going, and an OCE clear is where you miss the ball entirely. So there was an NA clear there from Barcelona, but since there was a goalie, it didn't matter. They could just run onto it. You could call it a back pass, I guess. Nice bump there. That should have, I guess, been a goal. Oh, that's a cracking save by Blee. Let's watch this back, because this is the first real chance to the game. Nobody really attacking this ball as it comes forward, which is surprising. You'd usually have somebody on this ball. This is the key. Let's watch what happened here. So Devo doesn't get the best touch.
I guess they never miss. Huh? You got a boyfriend, I bet he doesn't miss you.
What lyrics are these from? I can't remember where that came from. yeah, like I said, this is the key touch here. Usually, Devo is applying enough ball pressure here that Alpha wouldn't step forward, but he actually did come forward, and that means that Violent Panda's touch goes into a position that Alpha can't really contest, so Violent Panda gets another touch. What would usually happen is Alpha would just hang back, let Devo continue to pressure the ball over and over again, even though he's off it. But by backing off, or by moving in at the wrong time there, he kind of took himself out of position. I don't know if that was an open shot for Turbo. I feel like the top right corner might have been open there, or you know, if he boomed it. But Bluey's got a great save on Yukio's follow-up to keep it 0-0. I feel like it was definitely open in the top right corner. It wasn't open, the whole net wasn't open. It wasn't literally wide open left to right, but so I'll certainly call that an open net because there was a part of the net that was open, and players level of Turbopolsa should be able to hit whatever part of the net he wants. Top right corner, no problem. Let me just put the ball there. So that looked like just a miss hit. I didn't, like I said, see this whole series play through. I know the score, and I was listening to it, but I didn't get to watch it yet. But I am curious to see how Turbopolsa does in the Tellurian all the way through. And look at this little misplay here by Turbo, actually. Or if it's not a misplay from Turbo, it's definitely a miscommunication, because Yukio's moving in for a touch there, and Turbo decides to play the ball. Didn't want to let it run through past him. Luckily for them, Violent Panda did stall long enough for Turbo and Yukio to make it back, and there's a really aggressive positioning by everyone on Savage. Bluey just cutting across here to take the ball. Alpha also moving in, but luckily for them, Bluey did not commit to this. There's a couple of moments of the last minute or so of this game that things have broken down. It was very organized and not much going on in the first, I'd say 3 minutes, but then after that, quite a lot of mistakes actually with rotation. Players getting in each other's way. Good dunk by Bluey. He didn't really have any other option after running out of boost or not having enough boost to reach that ball. 50-50 after 50-50, and another one, so 3 50-50s in a row. Now Yukio double touch. It's respect from, you'll notice here, let's watch this one back. You'll notice Devo here pre-jumps to double touch. He's actually just trying to make himself as big as possible because he knows that Yukio can hit those shots. There's no doubt in Devo's mind that Yukio could just be straight up scored in there. So he tries to get in the way of it. It does not work. I mean, so far, this series looks pretty standard, I would say, for both teams. The new Yukio edition of Dignitas, you expect to see, I would say, backing off a bit more. They won't be challenging the ball quite as much on the ground and challenging dribbles. Oh, Alpha 54, calm down, hen. But aerial challenges are going to be on the up, because I think when you compare Yukio and K-Dot directly, Yukio likes to aerial challenge a lot more, or maybe a bit earlier than K-Dot, and contest the aerial battle a bit more, take a few more risks in that aspect of the game, whereas K-Dot is more of a, let's just stick in some early challenges, be super aggressive on the deck. So Alpha almost surprises us here. Surprises Dignitas. Some good aerial work here by Alpha 54. Just give himself and his team a bit more time. Yeah, Savage have been allowed to play like they want to play. There's plenty of space for them to get boost, and that's a key. Really, really important element for Savage in this matchup, because I don't think that they're going to match up very well with Dignitas if they start letting them steal a lot of boost in their half. And this is huge. I do remember this one. So Yukio, actually, I love this first touch from Yukio. He just blasts it into the diagonal wall. This is a great way to center the ball, because it's harder to read these corner bounces than it is to read the flat wall bounces if you're a defender. So this is a really hard read. Bluey misses it, defender doesn't come out, and then Yukio misses an open net. So that's, I think, 2 open net misses. I'll make it now for Dignitas in game 1. Not the kind of shooting you want to see if you're a Dig fan, and just like that, the game's over. Just as easy as that. Now, Devo had some good follow-ups in this match. That's a really, really quick follow-up. I'm going to rewind this back, because you need to see this whole play. So Devo's just following in the middle here, but there's one little clue and one little move that I want to highlight. So right there, do you see the line that Devo is taking here? He's not following Alpha right behind him. He's not following on the right hand side. He's following on the left, because if Alpha is dribbling in on the right, there's a good chance that the ball could be bouncing across the goal to the left, and that's why Devo has moved over here. You'll notice he's just on this side as he's hitting this ball after crossing over the midfield. And I think it's a better line to be following Alpha than to be following straight behind or even to the right. See there? He's just to the left of Alpha, and he'd be to the right of Alpha if Alpha was on the left hand side. That allows him to like catch up to a ball that would go across the goal farther than this one did. If it was going like, you know, across to the back post, he gives himself half a chance of reaching it in time. And if it does go like straight up into the air into the ceiling at the near post, he still has a good line for that one as well. So it's a really good position to be in. Try to do that in your own games. Don't follow behind if you're wanting to give yourself the best chance of getting in the end of a center ball. Here, let me just start up this next game and catch up on all these subs I've missed here. DrazRL, or I think I've already said thank you, but thank you again for the Prime sub. TPK Proof for Rock with the 13-month Prime, welcome back. I'm glad you're able to swing by again, man. Mechanus of 4,300 bits. Don't tell King. Oh no, what have you done? Thank you so much. There were 4,300 bits. Holy cow. And the Turtle 2 with 22-month Tier 1, welcome back. We got 6-month Prime from FoxPal520. We got 5-month Prime from SneckRL. That Thatcher's Tier 1, brand new, welcome. Captain Blastoff Prime, welcome. And Sovereign Eagle 4-month Prime, welcome back. Believe I've got them all here. Alright. Let me see what kickoff this was. Is this a... It is a double diagonal kickoff. Interesting. Interesting little approach the Dignitas are doing here. So I actually prefer what Dignitas are doing here. So a few of you will know what I'm about to talk about, but this is perhaps news to some people. And it's a double diagonal kickoff variation. So I was actually talking to Dignitas' coach about this recently. This variation of the double diagonal kickoff that Dignitas are actually using in this match, and why I think it's superior to the one that Barcelona are using. Both teams have somebody cheating, and both teams have somebody grabbing a back corner boost off screen to the bottom of the screen. Yeah, Snasky's Dignitas coach, that's right. But if I say I'm talking to Snasky, some people won't know the relevance of that to Dignitas. But yeah, he's Dignitas coach now, which is pretty cool. So both teams have got somebody cheating and grabbing boost, but the corner that Dignitas are grabbing boost relative to Turbo, who's doing the kickoff, is the one behind where he spawned. Do I have Epic Pen up here? I don't know if I can get it working right now. I'll just leave it. So the bottom right corner of your screen, as you're looking at it, is where Dignitas are getting boost, whereas Barcelona are getting boost in the bottom left corner of your screen as you're looking at it, which is not, you'll notice, behind where Devo spawned. Devo spawned up here. Now, if you want to do a back corner kickoff, you have to glancing below the ball on the other side of the ball from where you want it to go. And if Devo wants the ball to go to his back corner boosted, or the player in his team that's grabbing boost in the back corner, that would mean he has to go across the face of the ball and present a huge dunk opportunity to Turbo and maybe just concede a kickoff goal. So it's not very safe. Turbo, however, he can go goal side and glancing below this ball safely to his back corner. I really like that. And both teams are getting a cheating player, so they have somebody moving up if the ball does stay central. And thirdly, and probably most importantly, is if you watch where Turbo and Devo are likely to land after this kickoff. Now, this is just one example, but the vast majority of the time that these kickoffs happen, where you have two diagonal players going for the ball, and they both hit it, or even two players going for the ball on the same side, you're going to move in the direction, you're going to keep moving in the direction that you were going. So Turbo's likely to land on the top half of the field here as we're looking at it. And look how much boost there is on this side of the field. Even if this one is contested and stolen in the middle, he's got the back corner one behind him. because they didn't steal boost on this side. Whereas Devo, now, in another world where Devo doesn't get as clean a landing here, if he gets beaten to this mid boost that he's about to run to by Violent Panda, he's boost starved because Alpha 54 off screen has already taken the back corner boost behind him. So those are the reasons why Dignitas' kickoff is superior. And if you replayed that exact same kickoff with those exact same strategies 100 times, I think Dignitas would come out with a significant advantage. They did get the initial advantage here, which is worth noting, but you obviously have to keep an eye out for that. It's just a superior variation of the kickoff that I don't think many teams are doing right now. I wish that every team would do it though, because it leads to less weird kickoff goals and people are getting boost starved on kickoffs. Ban Toasters RL Kappa. Oh no. Here we go. Alright, there's first goal for Dignitas. Obviously because they're doing my kickoff. No, just kidding. But let's see how this happened. No, just Devo creeping up a bit close. So actually a few times it's that Barcelona, I almost hit Savage again. A few times that Barcelona have lost pressure is because they don't have faith. I think it was Alpha in game 1, now Devo in game 2. They're not just leaving their advanced player to pressure the ball. Yeah, I'll catch up in subs in a minute, Lenny, don't worry. But yeah, they're not just leaving their advanced player to pressure the ball. They're doubling up, and you don't need to double up. If you've got somebody up the field near the ball, just leave him to continue pressuring it. You don't need to follow. And do it with 2. That's just a goal though. Aerial speed by Alpha on point here. He had to get across the ball and put it back behind him. Devo also shooting low. That bounce looks like it might have messed with Yukio a little bit. And Yukio, I think, was afraid of the cross goal shot. But Alpha has just put it in the bottom corner behind him. So that's 1-1. You finally hit Champ 1? Are you in chat or... Nah, congrats dude. That's actually sick. Go get... Have you got your rewards? If not, be sure to get your rewards as well. Oh, that's a great pass. Really good pass by Yukio. It is clear to see that Dignitas are missing a K-Dop a little bit, and I'm not saying that they're, going to be a worse team forever because they don't have K-Dop. Like, Yukio's a really good player and he brings his own strengths to this team. Looks like Turbo just faked that one. But they don't have that K-Dop, like, pinpoint accuracy. I feel like this here is a goal for K-Dop, and obviously K-Dop might not be the player in this position. This is Violent Panda, not Yukio, but stuff like this and stuff like the turbo miss in last game, stuff like the Yukio open net miss in last game, these aren't K-Dop misses. This is something I was noticing in DreamHack Leipzig as well. So they don't have the same like clinical third who's just scoring literally every single touch, every shot. There we go. That's a bit more of a K-Dop hit by Turbo. Beautiful. Top corner. Not bad play by Alpha 54, to be honest. Initially, the issue for Barcelona is that nobody was ready to follow up afterwards, which could be to do with boost being denied. Let's see, because you see here, this is a 0 boost Bluey. Alpha takes this boost, so he might actually be the only player on his team with boost right now, in which case he kind of has to challenge the ball and try and get it clear. So yeah, it looks like Devo and Bluey might be boost starved. I said that they're going to struggle. I think a lot of teams struggle against Dignitas if they don't have boost. Yeah, if Bluey was absolutely starved, Devo had to try and be ready to follow up on this one. You're from Glasgow. I live in Glasgow right now. Initially I was born in Livingston, Scotland. I went to school in Edinburgh, then I went to live in the Isle of Lewis. Alpha a bit too underneath that ball. Let's see. This where was it? This one. This flip reset. Yeah, just a little bit too far underneath the ball so he doesn't make any real contact on it with the flip reset. Lewis no more. No, I don't live in Lewis right now. It's another position right here where K-Dop is super dangerous. These little ground plays like this. Turbo not able to execute this time. I'm watching a bit of K-Dop stream recently. It's really interesting to see him playing, what do you call it? Rank 2s at 2100 ELO on stream, just straight up farming people. Straight up farming like very, very good players in ranked. It's bizarre. I don't know how the French boys do this into ELO MMR. I don't know, whatever you want to call it, but yeah, I think Scrub got farmed today by K-Dop. I think Yukio might have got farmed a bit by K-Dop as well. Didn't see anyone else. Alpha 54 was playing with K-Dop and they didn't do too well. Aerial speed for Savage is really difficult to fight with. They are so speedy in the air. It's a good hit by Panda though. Looks like he didn't have enough boost to follow up on it, so they're gonna have to look for another way through. They don't have to though, they can just bide their time. I don't know if that's the right response against Savage, to sit back and just do defense. This is something that teams tried against them at DreamHack Leipzig. That's just sit back and see if Savage will mess up their rotation and give them a free counter-attack goal, but it didn't happen very often. There's a few, of course, counter-attack goals, but for the most part, Savage, they play a really, really solid rotation at the back. Very disciplined, and there's never been a shadow of a doubt that they're a mechanically gifted team. Do I prefer Glasgow or Edinburgh? Glasgow for sure. It's, the people are nicer. More things to do. Did I call him Savage? It's so hard, alright? It's just weird. Why are Barcelona... How are Barcelona a Rocket League team? In my head, Barcelona are not a Rocket League team. Yeah, I'm trying. I feel so bad for the RLCS casters having to call Flipside the Bricks, because that's that's really hard. How many of you guys still call them Flipside? Even though they've become the Bricks recently. Oh. No way. I thought Alpha was going to try and go down for a bump here, but Panda was actually way out of the net. Thoughts in the esports shop? I'm not going to lie, I've not looked at it yet. You guys have probably got more of an opinion on it than me. Brickside. They should call themselves Brickside Tactics. That's really good. It's much better. Brickside Tactics is way better than the Bricks. I think the Bricks is kind of a dead name for a team. So yeah, it's, you know, somewhat funny, but not that good of a name. And Savage, they are so not subtle with their strategy. They're like, yeah, by the way, we're just going to keep on racing you to the ball and booming it and hopefully get a win. Oh, Savage! Ah! It's in my head now! Whose is this brick command? Sizz, of course. It's in my head now. I'm never going to get it out of my head. Anyways, 1-1 between FC Barcelona and Dignitas. I'll free Brian after this series is over. Phil Sky 8, 2-month prime. Hayslayer 5 with the tier 3. Welcome back. That's actually your second tier 3. So much appreciation for that. Huckleby Slim 32-month tier 1. That's a lot of months. And 9-month prime from Savage Sunny. Welcome back. GGSS Jarman 1234 with a brand new prime. Welcome. And Kripist with the tier 1. Welcome. Sam Iverson 8-month prime. How am I doing? I'm doing good. How about you? And Tiger PM 0012 with a 9-month prime. Welcome back. Hey Johnny, Brian here. Congratulations. I'll release Brian after. I can replay all these after we're done this. I don't want to have to fight Brian for the microphone during a replay review. Notice what we're seeing here again. Got the same double diagonal kickoff. Exactly the same thing happening. And everybody's got boost. Oh, would you look at that? Oh, would you look at that, boys? It's already helped out. So you'll notice Yukio's on the kickoff. I've just rewound it 5 seconds or whatever it is. And he doesn't win the race to the mid boost because Bluey, who cheated for Barcelona, is going to steal that from him. It's just on the top left of your screen here. You're going to have to look briefly. So right there, Yukio's out boost. That boost on the left hand side is getting stolen by Bluey. So that would mean if if Dignitas had tried the standard variation of this kickoff, which is Yukio goes kickoff, Violent Panda half flips into the boost behind him, Turbo cheats up the middle, then Yukio would be boost starved for longer. He would have to cross over the entire pitch from this side to the other side to get boost, and then he can join the rotation with 100 boost, or he could just stick around with a low boost and try and make it work out. But this has already been a beneficial variation of this kickoff. It's pretty plain to see. And that's besides the fact that they did actually get a back corner kickoff strat to work, so Turbo had the possession initially as well. Like, there's so many positives for this slight kickoff variation. It really, I think, is worth doing if you're playing threes with a pre-made team. Yukio with the NA clear. We can't make this too public knowledge. I was laughing a lot when Yummy Cheese Man told me about that, though, because I love how OCE are so self-deprecating. It's brilliant. Oh, okay, let's rewind that back. That's interesting. So Devo could have had this, but I think Alpha called him off it because he thought he was going to reach it, maybe? Should have just let Devo get this one, because that's a really awkward clear. Devo could have probably gone for this. NA clear. Is he stealing our comms? Yeah, the cheese man told me about the OCE comms. There's more. Oh, there's more. It doesn't just it doesn't stop there. There's I heard that if you're CJing it or CJ, it means you're stealing the opposing team's boost when it doesn't make sense to do it. Like in the middle of your team's defending and you're just like, I'm just gonna go take their boost, I'll be right back. That's CJ. And if you're expressing it, it's when your team's got tons of pressure, goal is imminent, and then you go all the way back to get boosts in your half. That's the only other two I remember. Oh, they also say that you're squishy. They call themselves squishy if they're going for an in and out save, when they should probably just not go for an in and out save. I don't remember the other ones. Taurosos might know. There's one for every player. Yeah. Well, Devo is when you hit a backboard, a double touch, obviously. That's the classic OCE comms. More OCE comms, just since I know a lot of people are going to be curious about this. If you say that you have all the boost, that means you have no boost. And if you say that you have no boost, or it means that if you say you're boost starred, then it obviously means you're actually 100 boost. Just, you know, really confusing stuff, but once you start to understand it, it becomes a lot easier. Now that's okay, that's interesting. So Devo here, in his effort to try and get back as quickly as possible, he's noticed that Alpha 54 is probably going to bean this touch. So instead of just rotating away from the play, when he's got two men back, he actually just goes straight back towards it just to get a wee knock on. I like that. Situational awareness by Devo. You wouldn't usually rotate back this direction because you'd want to give yourself a side-on approach to the goal, but you noticed that Alpha 54 was about to bean it, so he came in to help him out. You saw Devo? I bet you did. It was volunteer. As if we're gonna believe that. You think we're gonna believe that, Alpha? I don't think so. Yeah, I know. We know you just beamed it. Oh, pinch shot. Oh. Is this your standard way of going for pinch shots, Alpha? Because I've been watching the different styles of pinching strategies recently. This is more like the Cux variation back in the day, where you side flip into it or you diagonal flip into it. Is this your way to do it, Alpha, or do you ever do the? You seen the way that like Ixo does it? Ixo and Xander. Who else does it this way? It was too high, yeah. I like Forky does it the same way as well. Yeah, the one where you air roll, like. You just air roll 90 degrees this way and then front flip into it. I like that one a lot in the Octane. Seems to give more consistency. Although you can obviously hit the side flip one as well. Based on what I've seen. You always do it like that? Interesting. It's like still very... Flip resets are still so primitive that it's going to take a while before they become really advanced. Yeah, Bluey beating it this time, but this time Alpha's coming in to rescue him. Oh, I don't think Alpha was ready for this miss though. Alpha here is probably like, Yukio might miss this. Oh my goodness, he's missed it! How did he miss that? That's probably the internal monologue of Alpha in this play. It's so hard to actually convince yourself that the opponent might be missing that ball, because you're thinking, you're driving along, you're like, yeah, you could miss that. I might as well stick around. Maybe he misses it. Oh my days, he actually missed it. You know? You're never actually ready for when they do miss it. Bam. Easy stuff for FC Barcelona. Infield pass, stationary defense. Simple as that. That's just not good enough from Turbo, is it? That's just not good enough. If you're Dignitas, this is just a slap on the wrist for Turbopolsa. Although Yukio also kind of just lost control immediately. Yeah, Yukio's just gonna collect this ball. Devo runs interference. I think Yukio is trying to either set up a wall clear and he beamed it. Yeah, Tab is another late one, man. He either just messed this up, he was maybe trying to chip this higher so he could run up the wall and clear it, or he was just trying to fake a wall clear and then take the ball under control, but either way, Devo just parked in front of him. And then Alpha comes in, but Panda leaves this for Turbo, and Turbo just comes and gives the ball to Alpha. He's like, yo, let's make a little passing play. This should be better controlled by Turbo, or like at least knocked into a position that Alpha can't straight away knock back into the middle. So yeah, Panda's just not ready yet. He's not back in position. You think Yukio tried jumping in the wall and he messed it up? He got blocked by Devo anyway, so it was going to be rough to make a play. Going to be difficult to make a play there because Devo's running interference, but Turbo just had to kill a bit more time. Give Yukio time to reposition, give Panda time to position the net. Solid defense by Alpha. Bluey, pretty low boost, but he's just going to try not to get dunked on here. That's again the key. Just do not get dunked on under any circumstances. Oof, Dignitas are the ones out of boost all of a sudden. Everybody's out of boost. This is where I would really like to see the boost meter in RLCS. So you've got all three players on the left and right hand side of the screen, and their boost amount visible, because it would be so useful to know. Like even right now, if we just knew how much boost Turbo had somewhere on the screen, if it just showed us, I would be so happy about that. It tells you so much. So Devo decides to go for the downfield pass here. I was curious. I felt like he might knock this into Alpha, but there is a danger to infield passing. When you infield pass to your third man, it can be a bit risky because the other team can get a hard interception and just score. So I don't hate the fact that Devo didn't pass that. It's just a preferential thing. If he thinks he can hit the pass well enough, then go for it. If not, then absolutely don't. But there's another like really good follow by Devo. This is the second time he's done this series. He's had a great read on where Bluey's about to hit this, and he's positioned himself again just off the line of the ball. He's not straight behind Bluey this time. He's a little bit to the outside just to give himself an easier angle. A small bar below their name with boost. Yeah, or that. That's something I think we talked about on stream before as well, Jockstrap. Just like in the nameplate, a little bar showing their boost. That would be amazing. I mean, I don't code. I've never really done any or seen any video game creation, but can't be that hard, right? Can't be that hard. So Bluey's trying to waste as much time here because Alpha and Devo have just hugged in the offensive corner. Violent Panda clears the ball for the opposition. Dignitas really have to do better with this. This has to be a shot on net or a pass to someone who can shoot, because right now look what's happening. Alpha 54 is being harassed by Turbo. You've got Panda coming off the ceiling, and he's also got Yukio in field of him. There's Yukio. So basically a 3v1 for Dignitas, and they don't even get a shot on goal out of it. That's criminal. You've got to at least test the goalie who's getting bumped in that situation. Yeah, I'll catch up on subs who are who I've not said thank you to yet between games here, guys. I really thought that... No, I didn't really think this, but I was wondering, would Turbo switch car if this series wasn't going too well? He's done alright in the... I mean, he's not had any like glaring errors in the DeLorean, apart from like one somewhat open net miss in game 1. Some great recoveries there by Alpha, surprising even Devo. Yeah, good control again by Bluey when he's third man back, and that's going to be 2-1 lead for Barcelona. Getting it right this time. Let's get into the next game here. Maxi47, thanks for 5 months Prime. Stealing content again to RB Johnny, lol. I know, I better be careful in case RLCS decide to copy strike me. Mysterious Pickle TV, thanks for the 4-month Prime. Turbo hits 88 mph in that car. Do you think he'd go back in time and be nicer to that chair at S6 LAN? Wow. I thought I was the one getting roasted. Lantern Kid, thanks for 27 months Prime in a row. I really appreciate that. Turbo trolling with the car choices, or is he just a god? I think it's I don't know. I think he's it's like kind of a mind game. I think, okay, if I had to guess why Turbo decided to play the DeLorean here in this match, my number one guess would be he's trying to like just get a win against Savage early in the season with a stupid car just to ruin Savage's confidence for the entire season. Because if they beat them with the DeLorean, then he can just keep on, like, you know, mentioning it in tweets and stuff throughout the year, and it's always going to be in the back of Savage. Barcelona's heads, it's always going to be in the back of their heads. Yeah, guys, I know, I've said it right, I said it again. It's impossible. I reckon that's what it is. You just wanted to have Twitter, what do you call it, content. Yeah, I know he put a poll on Twitter, but he knew what the poll... Come on. Was it really a poll? He knew what the result was going to be. Oh, what car should I play this weekend? Very, like, you know, commonly often played cars, or this, like, really dumb car. Of course people are going to vote for the dumb car. That poll was, like, decided the moment Turbo tweeted it. You saw what Magnus said? Nope, I did not. I think that's what it was. I think Turbo was just trying to, like... It was like mind games, 300 IQ mind games. He was trying to get that win against... Wait, you can scroll down like this now? What is this? I'm in full screen mode and you can scroll? You guys seeing this? Sorcery? But yeah, that's why he played the DeLorean. Hey, by the way, thank you to the Real Cavo for the 3-month Prime sub. Welcome back. And Tiger M0012 for the 9-month Prime. Welcome back to you as well. That's been there for a while now. Are you serious? I've never in my life seen this. Alright, let's get into the last game. Another diagonal kickoff. I wonder if Dignitas are going to do it again. They are going to do it again. Look at this superior kickoff strat by Dignitas. It's only a small thing, unfortunately. This has not like been able to win them the series so far. But it is leading to full boost on all three of their members 100% of the time. Whereas Savage are not so lucky. Observe, ladies and gentlemen. Bluey in the play, right? And Turbo, because they just used all their boosts on kickoff, okay? Now, Turbo has landed on the bottom side of the screen. Did I say Savage again? Probably. Yeah, Turbo's landed on the bottom side of the screen. He's just going to go to this side of the field. And there's 2 boost pads over there, so even if one of them gets stolen, no big deal. Even if Devo goes and steals one of them away from him, no big deal. He's going to take the other one in the back corner, because Violent Panda's left it there for him. Violent Panda and Yukio have left it. Yukio, however, is stealing Bluey's mid boost, and then as soon as it's gone, Bluey's got no back corner boost, because that's where Alpha just came from. He's got no offensive corner boost, because Violent Panda just taken it. He's got no boost over here, because Turbo just taken it. So Bluey's going to be, like, totally handicapped for the next 10 seconds at least. And if you guys have ever played high level 3v3 or watched high level 3v3, you would know that this can lead to being boost starved for 30 seconds, 40 seconds very easily. Just being boost starved once in a game can lead to being boost starved for a long time. So that is pretty much why you're not seeing much of Bluey in the first few seconds here. He's still actually not grabbed 100 boost, I think. There he is, still like trying to make a play with what he saved up. Looks like he's finally going to get 100 boost here. But yeah, I think this is just all down to that one kickoff minor alteration that Dignitas made. They're cheating with the player who would usually be getting boosts, and they're getting boosts with the player who would usually be cheating. You're actually the best analyzer, why aren't you on the show? You mean the RLCS show? Well, I've said before, I don't really want to live in America for extended periods of time, so I wouldn't really want to do that show in the current location it's in, because it's in LA that they do that. So I would have to travel or stay abroad for months, and that's not something I want to do. Oh, okay, wait a minute. Did Turbo get a touch here? Because that was actually a good save attempt. He realized that Panda was in a bit of an awkward spot, and he almost got a touch here to block it. I think if Turbo had just leaned forward a bit more, he would have saved this. He was very close to saving this. It would have hit the bar and then probably gone wide, and Devo wouldn't have had the free rebound. But hey, if RLCS ever do an EU studio, I would be all over that. I would be, and they asked me to do the casting or anything for it, I would be like, yes please, because Europe is where I live. What was this? Don't pretend they actually asked you. Well, I'm not allowed to say if they did or they didn't, even if they did. Oh, if Alpha had a bit more boost, maybe he could have double touched that off the floor. Not the best read here by Devo. Very impressed with Barcelona at the moment, though. I mean, I said that they were one of my picks for LAN if I had to make them pre-season. I had Barcelona, Dignitas. Who did I say? Did I say Vitality and the Bricks? Because I want to change it to Vitality and TSM. After seeing what happened this week. But then NA, it's pretty a lot easier actually. Just the top three. Oh, and that's just a calculated goal by Turbo. Let's see what happened here. Where did Alpha come from? Alpha, where are you going? What is this? He's like, no. Oh, never mind. Just gonna leave that ball. No big deal. Oh, sorry about that, Devo. Yeah. What is this? Play by Alpha. The overtaking maneuver. This Alpha just doing his not, I was about to say speed impression, but not the player speed. He's just like, I am speed. Never mind. Never mind. I'm just going to shadow. I'm just going to drive all the way in here and then shadow and then do a really bad tackle. Nice, Alpha. Very good play. Oh, man. I like that. I was like, I'm sure something weird happened here. Yeah, just like that, 1-1. Yeah, Vitality did really well against PSG, so I mean, I expect them to make a RLCS on this season. NA, you gotta be, you know, big three and then Space Station. It is Space Station GG, right? Or something? Or Space Station something. It's great ground play by Bluey. Just doesn't get dunked on. That's the key. And he... How did he get a kill on Yukio? Oh, Yukio's just sleeping. Bluey's just like, flick, and a bam. The one thing I do like about that demo there by Bluey is that he wasn't driving straight at Yukio the whole time. He turned into him at the last second, which does make it a bit harder to see coming. Still, Yukio should probably see that coming. I think he was looking at the play though, not looking at the Bluey that was steaming in towards him. I think Dignitas don't have like a good matchup here against Savage though. They're not looking anywhere near as threatening as they did in the series that these two played at DreamHack Leipzig. Biggest difference is that Dignitas just haven't been able to get that boost steal chain going. Another key interception by Devo here, by the way. After Alpha misses this, look at Devo, cut in rotation again just to make a play on the ball because he knows that there's about to be an infield pass here. So instead of just rotating normally, just goes straight towards the play. He's like, could rotate back into the corner, just queue up, or could read this infield pass and then doink it over Turbo, who's probably scoring. It's really heads up play by Devo. This is why I keep saying I've been really impressed by Devo's defense recently. Showing great awareness. Some really good touches on the back wall control. Dig haters. Yukio is a beast. Oh! Bluey's a beast this game. First the demo and Yukio, and now look at this. What? Okay, I like this this decision by Bluey to go for the bump though. That's really sick, because he literally just missed a redirect. He lands upfield and he doesn't panic. He's just like, nah, the play's still alive, we got this. I probably faked somebody with that touch that I missed. Let me just run on and bump the goalie. And he actually jumped into Turbo, who was trying to jump over him. If you can do like a low enough jump, I think it might just be unavoidable for a goalie unless they like double jump over you or dodge. 2-1 though, Barcelona looking clean. It's crazy though. If Barcelona can get top 2 and just lock in LAN, that's really scary for the rest of the world. Because these guys already played so well in their first LAN, DreamHack Leipzig. And they just look like they're getting better and better as more and more time goes by. They've improved so much. Side dodge is insane for dodging demos. It is pretty slow though on the recovery. The reason that players usually just do a jump and then or jump over a demo and then just try and recover quickly from that is because you can fly back down to the ground. You can point your card down and boost into the ground. But yeah, Barcelona, when they were Savage, they were losing to, what do you call them, Triple Trouble in the rival series, and they didn't look like they were quite like, they didn't look like they were definitely ready for RLCS. A lot of people were predicting that they wouldn't even make it past Fnatic and Complexity. So that shows you like how far they've come. A lot of people were predicting that Savage wouldn't get into RLCS, and now they're like taking series off so many good teams. You think they're the new Cloud9? I don't think they play that similarly to Cloud9. But I can see some. I mean, yeah, they're both really good at aerials, but they're not like super similar to Cloud9. Still, the very impressive stuff by Savage. I really enjoyed this this series. Savage. I'm gonna like put a sticky note on my monitor and write FC Barcelona in all caps because it's just unbelievable. I can't be doing this. I can't be saying this. It's so hard. It is actually so hard to stop saying Savage. Flipside is even worse. Oh my goodness. It's just the worst.